This is Shlok Bhandari's YouTube channel and you are watching a tutorial on how to solve a MEGAMINX cube. So let's start the video by getting known with all the steps and procedures for getting till the end of the cube, which are present on your screen as follows. So if we broadly categorize the methods by which the cube can be solved, there are two methods by which the cube could be solved. The first one is the logic based method and the second one could be the algorithm based method. So as I said about the methods of solving of cube, one is the algorithm based method, and for proceeding with the algorithm based method, you need to get known with some sort of special movements which could basically be divided into two parts. One is a set of normal movements and one is a set of inverted movements. So basically the normal movements means that the piece is to be moved in a right direction, or maybe we could say it off as the clockwise direction, and the inverted movements basically means that the face needs to be moved in a left direction or an anti-clockwise direction. So there are almost 6 to 7 types of movements for algorithms, which I would be stating now. So the very first one is the up. That if we normally say up, it would be a motion in the right. So for example, this I consider this as the upper portion. So if I move it in the right, it's up, and if I move it in the left, the movement is said to be as the up inverted movement. Similarly, there are movements for right and left side. If I move the right face of the cube from where I am holding, the movement would mean simply right, and if I move the right face in the left direction, it would mean that I am performing an right inverted movement. And similarly for left, if I move the face in right direction, it's left, and if I move the piece in a left direction, that's left inverted. And these are the most important things. The secondary movements could be the face which is front facing, is this one is the front movement, and just the opposite direction is the front inverted. And similarly the downwards, these two could be considered of as the downward layers. So here it is, this is the down and this is down inverted. So let's have a quick jumble of cube before we get into it. So I think we have had enough jumble. So starting with the base layer, first of all you should select a color considering it as the base, and then as per the steps you should first build the star and then try to unite all the corner pieces. So in this case I have selected white as my base color. You could select any of the colors, and so let's start finding pieces which would constitute the forming of a star. Firstly, we would search for pieces which could directly be constituted into the star and which would need no inversion procedure. So let's find a piece like that. But here in my case, I'm not getting any piece which could directly be moved into the base layer. So here we get into the concept of inversion. And the last point to remember before we finally get into the cube is about the inversion concept. Basically, the inversion concept refers to and comes in use when you have a piece which is um, not in the correct position. For example, if you can see this green pink if you can see this green pink piece, what if the piece would be in the opposite direction? I mean, if the pink would be in the green's colors, and if the green piece would be have been on the pink side. So the procedures for inverting a piece would be important. Now, as you can see, this piece, the yellow one, it is not facing in a correct way, and so we would need to invert it. So for inverting, we just need to move the piece in such a way so that we are inverting it and no other piece is affected. So firstly, I take that piece down in this down layer, then uh, I move it towards any of the sides, and then I give it a rotation once upwards. I mean, from here I'll give it a rotation once upwards, and then I'll again take it downwards. So now you can see that the piece is inverted. Bring that again to the face of base layer, and now I am putting it into the base layer. So now you can see that I've constituted the yellow color successfully. All this other colors would also be needed to be put in the similar way. So I would be brushing to all other colors. So here it is a green color, which is also inverted. So I take it in a sidewards position, get it upwards and again downwards, got it inverted, and I have a place for it in the star. Next I have the blue piece, which could directly be placed into the star. Let's find for the another pieces leftovers. Here I'm having the red one, which would also need inversion. I take it here and then bring it to the base. And finally the last piece, that is the violet, getting it inverted. And now after we have completed the star, we would shift our attention towards the corners. I would like to suggest you that you get your corners expertised in this very step, as the corner solving would be needed many times in the further layers. Corners are actually too easy to be matched up, but they too require inverted movement more than once. So first we need to find a piece. Yeah, one piece is already joined. So here you can see that one piece, red, blue and white, it is already joined. Let's find for another piece. Here we have got a blue, yellow and white piece. So I take it near to the place where it is to be put. Okay, and now you can see that it couldn't be directly placed into the base. So first we need to change its position. So for changing the position of a corner piece, first get the piece exactly below the corner it is to be placed. So here we have taken the piece exactly below the corner it is to be placed. Okay, then take the entire plane downwards like this, and then give it a rotation. So now you can see that the white side has come up, and now we can easily put the required piece in the required place. Yeah, now you can see that the piece is fixed. Now I would be doing the further corner pieces quickly and somehow like this. So let's find the further pieces. Here it is, violet, yellow and white. I'll take it near, and this could directly be fitted into the plane. Next we have accommodations for the green, red and white piece. Yeah, that could also be directly placed into the plane. Like this. And finally the violet green piece would need an inversion, but not too away. And here it is. You can see that we have completed our entire base layer. So now starting with the middle or second layer, first of all we have to position these pieces present at the border of two faces, which I call them mid sides. These steps can be achieved by two methods, either the logical one or the algorithm based method. So first I would be explaining you with the logical based method. So for positioning the mid sides, first you need to find the piece to position and then take it on the sidewards top of the color it is matching to. For example, uh, so bring that piece in such a way that it is in the sidewards top of the destination position, and then do as I say. So first of all, take that piece in the opposite direction from where it is to be put. So for here in this case, we have to put it in the right direction. So take it opposite to right direction. Okay. Then take the entire plane upwards, and now just get that piece plane clashed over here, and now you can see that we have united the two pieces which were present over here. Now just invert the piece so that it becomes easier to undo our actions. Just get it out of origin and match it again. So now you can see that the yellow blue piece which was present over here is properly matched. This was the logical way of solving, and now we would do the same thing with the help of algorithm based method. So here only we are having another piece, that is the violet yellow piece. We just take it where it is required, and now the logic so now the algorithm for getting the piece in the right place present on your screen is given. Note that if the piece needs to be put in the right side, then use the right side algorithm, and vice versa if the piece needs to be put in the left. And this logic would prevail in the logic based method also. So let's apply the algorithm. This piece needs to be put in the left side, so use the left side algorithm, that is up inverted, left inverted, yeah, left inverted, up, left, up, right, up inverted, and right inverted. So now you can see that we have got the piece here with the algorithm based method. Both methods give the similar output, but logical method, if you use, could make you remember the cube for longer time, and if you do with the algorithm based method, you would have to need to refer for the formulas every time you solve the cube. So let's solve and get the further mid sides into position, which I would be doing too quickly. Here we have one green violet piece, so let's take that into position. Move it in the opposite direction, bring this down, invert the piece, get that into position. Next we have the red yellow piece, but that can't be. Here we have take this here down again, bring this and match up with other sides. Now we shift our attention towards the mid-low corners. So these are the mid-low corners. Okay, I would like to explain it wherein I wouldn't explain them deeply, as I had explained it in the base layer corner. So if you have any doubts regarding it, please refer to the base layers corner solving. So I'll do it quickly for you, just see it if you have any doubts. Here the piece is, so let's take it out of the plane, bring it near to the required plane, tilt this down, and simply just get that over the piece required. Okay, so now getting the further pieces in position: red, green, and light yellow. Red, green, light yellow. Go on, let's find the piece: red, green, light yellow. Red, green, light yellow. Here it is. I'll directly take it. Yeah, it is just like this. Then we have another violet, green, and light blue. Violet, green, and light blue. Violet, green, and light blue. As it is, we take it here, undo our action. Yeah, light blue, and here we would be requiring the exact piece. But if this piece is not getting arranged, invert it like this, and now you can see that we have arranged it. So now after getting the mid-low corners arranged, there are the top sides which we need to position right now. As you can see, these are the top sides which we are going to position, and let's find pieces for them. Okay, uh, let's find, and yes, I have found one piece. So as you can see it, we have got the piece on the top layer, and now after putting some logic on it, we would be putting it to its correct place. So the piece should be found in the same pattern as this piece is. Then try to understand the steps I would perform now. So firstly, move the entire face on the side where we have to put the piece. So for example, here we have the light yellow and red piece. So move the entire plane, the front facing plane, towards the side where we need to put it. So in this case, we have to put that piece on the left side. So move the entire plane on the left side. Okay, and then get the opposite side of the piece downwards. Okay, so here is the opposite plane, and so we have to take it downwards, so that we can unite it with the destination part. Yes, we have taken this here. After getting this upwards, again tilt it from where it was brought, and now you can see that we have united it with the required position. So every piece of this nature needs to be arranged like this. And now let's try to arrange the piece with the help of an algorithm, which is on your screen. Here we have got one piece which we need to put it in the right side. So let's apply the right side algorithm. That is front left to front, left inverted, and then front inverted. So we have united that piece over here. Next we have a light green and blue piece, which we need to get it over here. So this time we can see that the piece is not in its correct position, so we need to invert it. For inverting that sort of piece, first take that piece out of range. So in this case, you can see that I have taken the that piece out of range from this plane. Now select a plane by which we can drive the piece in it and bring it inverted. So here follow the steps on your screen. Just take this piece upwards, the rightwards one, then drive that piece inwards into here, and then again get that piece downwards. So now you can see that the piece required has turned onto the correct position, the green one, but we need on the top, so we again move this on the top and get that piece out of range from that plane, and again bring this down, so no other pieces are disturbed, and this piece has also got inverted. Now the rest of the things remain same, and the inversion process could also be done by the algorithm, which I would be placing on the screen also and in the comment boxes also. So solve this piece. Yeah, as you can see here, again we would be needing to invert the piece. Okay, it's too hard thing. So now as you can see that we have completed with the mid tops. Okay, and now we have to solve the corners which are present between the borders of the top layer and the mid layer. So I would be doing them quickly, and if you want to get some help in it, please refer to the corners solving which were done in the base layer. So let's solve it quickly. Here we have a red, yellow, pink, so let's substitute it in there. Yeah, then we are having a green, light yellow, and blue. Green, light yellow, blue. As we have found the piece, let's invert it and get that into the absolutely correct place, and got that piece. Next, let's search for light blue, orange, and violet. Light blue, use this. So now as you can see that we have completed with the middle layer completely, middle of the second layer. Now we shift our attention towards the top layer or the third layer. So to proceed with the top layer, the very first thing we have to do is to complete the top sides. I've named these border pieces as the top sides. So again, there are two methods to proceed, the one with algorithms and the logic based method. I would first explain you with the help of the logic based method, and also note that these steps could be arranged in the same way as the mid sides were arranged. The only difference was that the mid sides were present on the slant, but here in this case the top sides are present on the horizontal plane of the top plane. So let's find a piece. So here we have found one piece, that is the blue orange piece, and we have to take that over here. So for doing this, first of all, take that piece away from the place we have to take it. Now take this entire plane upwards, replace this with that, and bring this down. And now we again need to invert the piece for our easiness and just unite this. So now as if you have understood the logic, we have united the mid top piece with the place it was required, and I would be showing it once more with some other piece. Okay, here is another example, that is the orange green. Take this away, bring this upwards, yeah, again take this closer, unite the two pieces, invert the cube for easiness, and then join the pieces on their required positions. Okay, and now if we do with the algorithm based method, let's find a piece. Here is one piece, that's a pink, light yellow, so we have to move that piece in the right direction. So let's apply the algorithm for the right. That's up, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up and front. So the algorithm based method is also too clear, you can use that method too. And next we have the green and so I think we have completed the top sides also. Let's move further. Now we are making the top star. So finally we have completed the middle layer, and now we have come exactly to the top plane. The procedures would remain exactly same as what we did to the base layer, but now you would notice that we can't freely move all the pieces. As if we freely move all the pieces, then the below layers, downward layers would get damaged, and so we would only have to put our actions on the toppest plane of the cube. So the very first procedure to proceed is to complete the top star. Okay, so do this with the help of algorithms only, as we only have to move the top plane and it's too easy to be put. So place the algorithms from a place where there are empty or missing gray pieces. So I will apply my algorithm from here. The algorithm is as follows: front, right, up, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted. And please remember that after putting the algorithm, the star is not going to form at one attempt only. You'll have to put the algorithm for at least twice or thrice times, and then you would get the star. So again, applying the algorithm, that is front, right, up, and right inverted, up inverted, front inverted. So now you can see that we have got the star okay, which we also got in the base layer. Now going further, we have to match these colors with the downward layers. For example, orange with the orange. but it would seem to you much easier as it was in the base layer. But the easier it was in the base layer, it is tougher in the top layer now, as only two or maybe one color gets matched at a time. So we have to apply some logics over here. So this problem could be solved with the help of an algorithm. And to apply the algorithm, there is some specific situation where you would have to come, and then only you can apply the algorithm. So the condition is that we need a piece which we need a condition in which two corresponding pieces are matching with colors. For example, if this blue is matching with colors, the orange should also match with these specific group of colors, and then you should place the piece like this. And you should note that one corresponding color should be at the behind when we hold like this, and one should be at the right corner. As you can see, this is the right corner, and then you shall apply the algorithm which is placed on your screen. But don't worry if you haven't got the condition yet, I am also in that category only. So if you haven't got, randomly place that algorithm from any side for 2 to 3 times, and then you will surely get that condition. So let's try to apply. I'll be applying the algorithm from this side: right, up, right inverted, up, right, 3 times up, and then right inverted. As I said, you won't be getting that in one attempt, so keep on trying until you get that situation. Up, right, 3 times up, and then again right inverted. Let's try this time. And this time also you haven't succeeded in getting that, so again try right, up, right inverted, up, right, 3 times up, and right inverted. This time also you haven't succeeded, so just keep on trying. There's no yeah, finally we have, you can see that we have got a pair of corresponding matching colors. And so now we would be applying that algorithm from this face, okay, keeping one at the back and one at the right corner. So again applying the algorithm, that is right, up, right inverted, up, right, 3 times up, and then right inverted. So now you can see that we have successfully matched the middle color with all the downward layers. So now we are just left with the solving of these top corners. But it isn't too easy for you to solve, as you can't move the pieces too freely. And so to complete the complete cube, we are still 2 steps away. The first step is to position the corners in the right place, and the last one is to match the colors of corners with their respective background colors. So now to position the corners, we would again have to come to a specific condition wherein we would need at least 2 corners positioned up to complete the other 3. So don't worry if you haven't got any of the position pieces, you just have to apply the algorithm again like we did for matching the mid pieces to the background colors. So let's see what's in this case. So I am also not having any of the pieces positioned, so I would just apply the algorithms, that is up, right, 2 times up inverted, left inverted, 2 times up, right inverted, 2 times up inverted, left, and then up. So let's see the result. Again I have not got any of the piece required, so you too would have to apply this for at least 4 to 5 times to get onto the correct situation. So let's put the algorithm again up, right. Yeah, this time we have got one piece correctly, and now we need to start to search for the second piece. Okay, again apply the same algorithm: up, right, 2 times up inverted, left inverted, 2 times up, right inverted, up inverted, left, and then again up. So finally we have got 2 pieces which are positioned in a correct way, and now we have to apply the algorithm from this face to get the correct position of these 3 pieces. So apply the algorithm: up, right, 2 times up inverted, left inverted, 2 times up, right inverted, 2 times up inverted, left, and like this. So now you can see that we have got positioning of all the corners, and now we just need to match the colors of these corners with their respective background colors. And for this we just need to apply an algorithm which is as follows on your screen. Okay, so each time after you apply the algorithm, you will get the right one on the gray color on the top in this case, and then just move the piece in an up inverted direction so that you can get the other mismatched piece over in the same plane, and you can apply the algorithm. Don't worry, I'll explain you while doing. So apply the algorithm from here: right inverted, down inverted, right down, right. So now as you can see, we have got the gray color on the top which we needed, and so just move it in an up inverted direction, and again apply the same algorithm, that right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, and again give it an up inverted motion, and again apply the same algorithm, right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, and finally last time we have to apply that algorithm, right inverted, down and right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, right down inverted, right down, right inverted, down, right down. And finally you can see that we have completed the cube. Note that the last algorithm would also be needed to be applied frequently until we have finally reached and completed and got the top layer successfully. So finally we are done with the solving of the cube, and I hope that you have learned to solve the MEGAMINX cube. So at last I would just like to say that please like my video, please subscribe to my channel, if you're having any doubts regarding the cube, or if you would like to give me any feedbacks, please drop it in the comment box. I'll surely refer to it and reply them back. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel.